All right. Thank you everyone for coming. My name is Nick, and 2 weeks ago, I built this device that got viral on Twitter. Wait, where do I click this thing? Okay, we'll just disregard this. Okay, I built this device and it got viral on Twitter. Before I tell you what it does, let me tell you what's going to happen in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, there will be 2 more pitches from 2 more teams. You will then stand up and you will start talking to each other. You will talk to at least 10 to 20 people. You will exchange contacts, information, phone numbers, and so on. And next day, you will wake up and you will definitely struggle to remember who did you talk to. You'll have messages like this, hey, who is this? You'll have screenshots of their badges. You'll have messages like, hey, do you remember this strange guy in like this, with this device? What is his name, right? It all happened to us and happened to me hundreds of times. And this is exactly why this device got viral, and this is exactly what it solves. Just put this device on your neck, go to events, it will summarize every conversation with every person you have. It will write down what is the person's name, what do they like, important facts about them, and the action items or something you need to do with those people. Now, we introduce Friend. Friend is the first fully open source AI wearable that records the entire of your day, works 24 hours and more on a single charge, costs less than $39, has its own open source developer platform where hundreds and thousands of developers will build thousands of use cases to make your life better, and it's fully private. How? Because first, it can record just you, or it record other people, your friends, who have consent to be recorded. And it's all open source, so you're in control of all the data that is being recorded, by the way. In 2 weeks, since we launched, this became the largest open source AI wearable community in the world, with more than 900 builders in it. Dozens of people already built their own versions of this device using our technology, and hundreds of people reached out, and they still reach out to buy this device. And we just honestly ignored them up until now. 20% of people like you, whenever I go to any event, and I have gone to at least 4 in the last 2 weeks, ask where to buy this device. Just they ask to send them the link, and you will probably ask me as well. My name is Nick. I'm a Thiel fellow. I built and sold a company before, and this is Ryan here, who raised more than $40 million in his B2C companies, and he will now tell you how this will become a multi-billion-dollar business. Ryan?
Thank you, Nick. Thanks, everyone. So our go-to-market's quite simple. We're aiming to get this device in the hands of developers and the tech community who love to network. I'm sure we've all been to plenty of events, and like he said, we forget everyone's names. So this is a device that you're going to wear, and then maybe the next day you'll forget that you're wearing it at the office, and then you'll be wearing it at brunch on Sunday. And you'll start to realize that you now have a superpower. You have the power of memory, unlike any human that you know, right? So what this is going to translate to is lots of curious devs building and tinkering on lots of cool applications, and that will become the next great killer app for consumer enterprise applications through our open source community. Business model right now is pretty simple. We're still exploring, but we're going to be selling dev kits to developers for $39. We're going to have a connected mobile app, which at the moment would be a lower price of $19 or less, but in the future you could imagine a free ad-based version where you're getting some product suggestions based on things you're talking about. And then we're still kind of considering, should we have a developer marketplace, where we charge money, or are we not going to do that, right? So we're still thinking about that. So upcoming milestones, we're going to launch a Kickstarter next month, very soon, maybe sooner. There's going to be a developer platform that goes live, and then V1 dev kits are going to ship, and then we'll continue to do sales on TikTok Shop, X, IG, and using Shopify. So let's talk about the competition. So there's a couple of pretty famous AI wearables out right now. Timing is interesting, I guess, to talk about this space. But the one thing about them is they are not always on. They require intent or action. You have to have an idea of what you want. You press a button, or take a device out of your pocket that's competing for pocket space with your phone, your keys, your wallet, right? So our device is always on. It's always listening to you, but it is not recording others unless we have their consent. But the key here is also we're not competing with smartphones. I think, personally, to compete to replace a smartphone is a very difficult proposition. We have billions of people with these phones. We're a complementary unit. I'm wearing a Whoop right now, and it's a pretty low cost device with a subscription, and it's something I look at every day to get great insights on. But I think the real key here is that we're open source, that we're going to have a larger developer community than anyone else, and this is already manifested in the last 2 weeks. So we're really excited about that. So we've all seen this picture, probably out on the streets. This is the world we live in today, and I think we've all read articles in the New York Times or studies about what our smartphones are doing to mental health, what they're doing to our productivity. They're making us anxious, they're making us depressed, all these things, we know are true. So of course, we are not trying to replace that device. We're just trying to keep it in your pocket a bit more and give you a use case that feels more natural and human, so we can all be looking at each other in the eyes and enjoying the world around us. So this is our vision of the future. Here you see 4 different really distinct use cases with pendants, and they all look quite different. They're customized to your liking. So you could be coaching your team, your basketball team, and there's a bunch of parents coming up to you afterwards, and you want to remember everyone's names. You could be in the lab working with your colleagues. You could be in the hospital working with a patient, or you could be on college campus sitting in the quad talking to some of your new friends. So we think this is the future. And of course, there's another superpower that this device has, is the ability to let you go back into your memories. So imagine going back to your wedding day to revisit the exact explicit conversation that you had with your mother, who's no longer here today, or what you said to your wife when your child was born, or what you said to your son when you taught him how to play baseball for the first time, or your sister at her graduation. Also, you'll notice in these photos, only the first woman and one of the last ones is wearing one of these pendants. Well, that's because this device may ultimately become earrings, it may become glasses, or whatever you prefer. We're starting with pendants, but any device that's relatively close to where you're speaking can be one of our devices. So let's talk about the smartwatch market and the fitness wearables market. So obviously these are growing quite a bit. And in fact, it's predicted the fitness wearables market may even surpass the smartwatch market. So we think that the use case for memory, productivity, and mental health can be even larger than the fitness market. So in closing, if you're interested in developing a killer app for our platform, or if you've sold or shipped thousands of hardware units, if not millions, come find us. We'll be in the back by the printers. Thank you.
Yeah, right there. By the way, take out your phones, take a picture. There will be no picture like that anymore. Take it.